What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Deck profile for you guys. Team Fusion being Lunalights. Throughout the course of my POV of joining Team XZ and Team Link for the titles, there was not a single Lunalight throughout the whole entire POV of matches based off from what fusion decks my opponent played. So I figured if nobody from Team Fusion was going to bring Lunalight to the table, I figured why not have Lunalight as my ambush deck going second for the sake of blind second Lunalight OTKs. Deck profile for you guys. And there is a specific rule of thumb based off from the two specific cards I carried in every team event. I always put these cards as the very first thing in my deck profile. So, Team Fusion, XZ Encore, and Blink Out, these two cards are the very first thing I put up with because XZ Encore, it is for versus XZ matchups. Anything I see that is super problematic by any means necessary, XZ Encore can just strip away all of the materials, and yes, they can soul charge them just so that the levels are getting debuffed by one, and it makes it so that as long as those monsters are on the field, unless if they play different ranks according to XZ Encore in terms of debuffing a level by one, their monsters are basically stuck. And then Blink Out, it's literally the Link version of Defusion. Target one Link monster anywhere on the field, kick it back to the extra deck, then you can special summon one of the monsters from your graveyard that was sent there as its Link material. It's meant for any matchups that deals with links in general, but your realist answer is that some links in general, such as late game access code, it makes it so that yes, they can get the boost, but on resolution, you may want to blink out access code so that way card shall not come back, and it makes it so that they used up so much resources. Or technically, any higher link rating that you must use at a proper time, it's basically once they waste their resources, making the game state become simplified, and it's absolutely fine from there versus link decks. So these are the first two cards I ever put up with, and that is for Team Fusion going against XZ and Lynx. Now, non-engine. 2 Danger Mothman. We love to constantly cycle cards. 1 Pankratops for going second. Harpy's Feather Duster. Polymerization for the sake of Lunalight good stuff. Tactics Talent, Tactics Thrust. Heavy Polymerization made it back to the main because I really didn't think that it can actually banish monsters straight from your extra deck as well, based off from the number of monsters your opponent controls, which is huge. In other words, going second, the more monsters they have, the more extra deck Lunalights you get to banish for the sake of Leo and or Liger Dancer tops. And then 3 Tanky, that's for Lunalights. Let's not dwell on that too much. 2 Forbidden Chalice, Super Poly, Blizzard, 3 Infinite Impermanence. Lunalight cards. 3 Kaleido Cheek. She sends for cost, so a lot of people tend to imperm or affect Veiler. Don't do that. The cost has already been paid, and it's too late for you to stop Kaleido Cheek by any means necessary. 3 Lunalight Tiger. A lot of people tend to Ghost Ogre, or even back row removal by any means necessary. It's like if they want to kill off Tiger, don't do that because you'll just have Tiger reborn off from its destruction effect. Same off from its pendulum scale. So do not destroy Lunalight Tiger for that matter. Otherwise, you will just net me free advantage. 2 Yellow Martin. The idea with Yellow Martin is that, like, if you have this and Lunalight Tiger, you basically keep on reborn spam, bounce back Tiger off from Yellow Martin, reborn the card itself, and then you just keep on constantly spamming Lunalights so you can get your Lunalight plays off. Especially with the chick, you get to keep on constantly sending cards as part of cost, which is amazing for that matter. And then for the one-ups, Black Sheep. Everybody knows what's up about Black Sheep since YCS Pittsburgh 2017 Zodiac times. But because this is the actual Lunalights, the ability to discard just to get a Lunalight back from grave to hand that isn't Black Sheep, it can come up in terms of already having access to either Poly or Lunalight Fusion by any means. 1 Purple Butterfly. The idea with this is that its graveyard effect is to banish it just to extend a Lunalight from your hand. Free special. Emerald Bird. We love to cycle more cards in terms of draw power. And if she's sent to the grave because of a card effect, she lets you reborn from your grave or banish 1 level 4 or lower Lunalight. And then Silverhound. When it comes to Silverhound, if she's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, she lets you E-Telly 1 Lunalight monster of any kind from your deck. But just remember, if that E-Tellied Lunalight target is there, you are locked out of the extra deck except Lunalights. And then when a spell trap card or effect triggers on the field as a quick effect, you can banish this and 1 Lunalight Fusion monster from your graveyard, negate the activation as it never happened. You can argue about playing 2 Silverhound, but I opted to play 1 because you rather use the spell trap negate off at a proper time in terms of real threatening board presence. 1 Gold Leo, not 2, not 3, because during testing online from other simulators, Gold Leo is the strongest choke point of all Lunalight monsters. So I figured, you know what? Instead of playing 2 to 3 Gold Leo, why don't we play the 1 of? Because you rather have Gold Leo's normal or special summon effect off at a proper time, because the idea is once you find ways to make your opponent waste enough hand traps, if the game gets too simplified where if there are no more interactions, once Gold Leo's normal or special summon effect resolves, you die. And on top of that, if a Lunalight monster is more than 1 and sent to your graveyard while she's in the monster zone, she lets you add 1 of those Lunalights back to the hand. So gold plus silver is 9 times out of 10 death sentence. Lunalight Wolf, the game ender, because being able to miracle fuse in terms of having out Leo Dancer or Liger Dancer, which causes so much commotion in terms of board presence to deal with. Polymerization, courtesy of Black Sheep and Kaleido Cheek. As I already mentioned from earlier, of course. 3 Lunalight Perfume, courtesy of Perfume Dancer. Not once per turn, reborn a Lunalight from grave, and then you can banish this from your grave, then discard 1 card, add 1 Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. Also not once a turn. Lunalight Fusion, card comes up at least once or twice in terms of essentially being like a pseudo Shaddoll fusion of sorts, but Lunalight edition. Oh, and the Pierce battle damage effect all from Volth, that literally never happened, sadly. Heavy polymerization, as I already mentioned, it's due to go second, as we always do, for the sake of cheesy OZK lines. Lunalight Masquerade. Upon using this during your main phase, if it's activated this turn, this lets you Foolish Burial any Lunalight monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then if you fuse summon a Lunalight monster, you can add one polymerization from grave or banish to hand, then you can discard one. And if you do, once you put up another fusion summon of a Lunalight monster this turn, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material. Lunalight Serenade Dance. The token generating thing is never going to happen in terms of applying the effects in sequence, and the boost also never happens. But the idea is, during your main phase, you can banish this from grave, send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, E-Telly a Lunalight monster. Extra deck. Super Poly targets. Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Garura. Guilty Gearfried, the Magical Steel Knight. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Trishula, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment. World Chalice Guard Dragon Almarduke. Predaplan Triviovertum. These are my Super Poly targets. In terms of Super Poly targets, Mud Dragon and Starving Venom were the only ones came up out of all of the Super Poly targets. And it makes it so that once you put up enough pressure on your opponent's board presence, you can just basically just kill shot them on a follow-up. Lunalight Fusions. Perfume Dancer. Upon fusion token, she lets you add one Luna Light perfume from deck to hand. She enables to target one other Lunalight card, spell/trap included, you control, kick it back to the hand/extra deck, then you can special one Lunalight from your hand. And then you can banish this from your graveyard. This turn, all monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to their original defense. 3 Cat Dancer, 1 Panther Dancer, 1 Leo Dancer. We know what's up with them ever since the Fusion/Link Festival. If you guys saw any of these OG cats being fused, then that should tell you that I pretty much had history with performing with Lunalights from the get-go. And these cats do way too much. Lunalight Saber Dancer, the idea with her specifically is her graveyard effect where she enables any fusion monster you control, one of them, to gain 3,000 attack. Her actual on-field effect in terms of gaining the boost literally never happened. Liger Dancer. This card is a guaranteed death sentence. Leo Dancer plus 3 Lunalight monsters to make her as a level 12 Dark Beast Warrior Fusion, 3,800 attack, 3,500 defense. Must be fused summoned no other ways in terms of the above materials. Unaffected by everything else except Lunalight cards. So Lunalight mirror matches. If you want to deal with Liger Dancer, play against the mirror. She's a Cyber Twin Dragon, and once per turn, as a quick effect, you can send one Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. She destroys all special summon monsters your opponent controls. And with that being said, This has been James Polk with the Team Fusion deck profile of Lunalights. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys on another team profile.